You made a wish, hoping to take your family back. However, you also made another wish. Remember? No, I don't. You wanted to know what happened on that day. What happened on Rock and Dream on October 4th and 5th, 1986. Didn't Angie leave on her journey with Amakusa because she longed to answer that question? That's right. So what's your point? You don't mean... Leon realized what Bernkastel was getting at. Realized. And was unable to say any more. The Game Master is neither Bernkastel nor Claire. Then who is it? That's the wrong question. There is no Game Master. That could mean only one thing. Angie, you still don't understand? What? This is the truth. The insides of the cat box of October 4th and 5th, 1986. Afterwards, Ava survived the explosion by escaping to Kua Dorian. And since she never spoke of the inside of the cat box, no matter how much you wanted to know, that truth was shut within the cat box for all eternity. What are you saying? Only Ava returned alive. Even though the police claimed it was an accident, the public didn't believe it. Then she took over her husband's company, and the harder she worked to make it more and more successful, the more enemies she made. A public image of her as a great queen of conspiracy grew stronger and stronger. I'm sure she wanted to tell people about the truth. That truth that no one would ever believe without proof. Bit by bit, Ava's heart began to snap. You rejected Ava, so she rejected you in turn. The relationship between the last two members of the family was strained to the limit. Each time she compared you with her beloved son, she grew more and more twisted and broken. Then, a strange message bottle was picked up and became a topic of conversation. It contained a bizarre story, one that told of a mysterious serial murder connected to Rockinjima's gold. Everyone rejected the explosion accident theory and started to think of conspiracy theories. Some of those theories named Ava as the culprit, which tormented her even more. However, Ava used even that to build up that cat box. And until the moment of her death, she protected it. She protected the lock that held the cat box shut. So, no human would ever reach the truth inside the cat box, not unless those witches that crossed the sea of fragments opened the lock. This is the truth. You're lying. You're lying. If this really is the truth, then you should be able to say so in red. There's no way you can. Of course there isn't. Angie, calm down. What? Angie writhed with such strength that the chains on her arms and legs looked like they might snap. All over her body, a red, gooey liquid started to seep out. It was as though cracks had opened up all over and blood was leaking out of all of them. What's that? You want me to announce it clearly with the red truth? Then I'll say it just for you. That this is all truth. No. Angie's yell covered up Burns' red truth. Giggle. Haha, stupid kid. If only you hadn't made me say that. You could have shut it up inside the cat box. But you just had to ask, right? I knew you would, of course. And I so wanted to see you scream like that. A lovely expression like that should keep me laughing for about 100 years. Go back to being scrap meat. Mom, Dad, it's a lie, right? Lies, lies. Angie! Angie? As Angie held her head screamed, the blood dripping from her finally grew so thick that it started scattering all over the place. Then bit by bit her body began to melt, no, to fall apart. Then bits of her began to pile up on the chair until she was nothing but a pile of guts and scraps. And now we're watching the movie Hellraiser. Laughter noises. Bitch noises. Is the truth really that sacred? How absurd, how foolish. Why can't humans control their own truth? They stupidly search for the truth like that's all that matters. And when they finally find it and can't stand it, they turn themselves into scrap meat. Hey, are you watching? Claire, you wanted to hide this truth too, didn't you? For fun, you wrote several Catbox tales and planned to seal them in message bottles like the end of a mystery novel you loved. Then you threw them into the sea to save those who would suffer if they knew this truth. You sealed everything in a cat box, and Ava provided the lock. And I've sliced that box open for you. All that effort you spent to hide it has gone to waste. I've exposed all of the truth you hid with your death. Is that what you've been after? You did all of this just to mock Claire's death? And then you showed it to Angie to make her suffer? You really were an evil witch after all. I have been a witch the whole time, a traveler whose only goal is to escape boredom, care for it and love it while it's alive, then eat the guts when it's dead. That's how witches live. I cannot forgive you for what you've done. You've hurt Angie and humiliated Claire, the person I would become in another world. I won't forgive you. Leon, you're still Claire's hope, even after her death.